If you had a time machine, where would you go?
Wow, what a great first question. Damn.
Stumped you, huh?
Dude, right off the bat, that's brutal. I go to like night like being actually uh like I'm 97 baby, so I
Hmm.
think like maybe being alive during the 90s and being able to witness like all the music that was taking place, watch the Jordan Bulls run in the
Oh,
90s.
for
I
sure.
I go there. And then the other one I went to was like super far back. I'm like biblical times. I'm like, just see what's up.
Yeah.
Those are like the first two that popped into my brain. I don't know if I had a whole day to think about that answer, if that's what I'd say, but that's like immediately where I went.
So we're going 90s hip hop and Jesus Christ.
Kinda. I guess that's where we went to right off.
That's cool, man. Is 90s like your favorite era of music?
I feel like it's a big influence to our sound, like 90s, early 2000s. Like those are the kind of beats I like to rap on. That's like we've gained or like gotten a lot of inspiration from that era, I would say.
I think you chose a proper era, man. I really like 90s music, and we can just forget about it.
Yeah, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I tend I tend to agree with you. I'm like the 90s seems like they just feels like they had it dialed. They had really figured it out.
Yeah, they had to go through that shitty 80s to get to the great 90s, man. Gehrig Kniffen, thanks for being here, man.
Man, Noah, thank you for having me,
For
bro.
sure, dude. So you're a Cambria rapper, right?
I am. Yeah, I live in SLO now, but born and raised in Cambria.
A rapper from Cambria, I should
Yes, sir.
say.
Yep.
Heck yeah, man. It's a pleasure to meet you, man.
You as well, dude.
How's it going today, dude?
Chilling, bro. Worked, had a little dinner with the grandparents. Now here.
Do you ever drop any bars for your grandparents? What do they feel?
It took them a while to get used to it. They're very hardcore Christian classic grandparents.
Hmm.
So this was a weird thing, and it's something I started a little later in my life, so I think it was a little weird for them at first. But now they'll pull up to shows occasionally and they're into it. They're supportive. They ask me about it all the time. They want it to go well, even though they can't understand it and think it's
Mm.
weird.
Do they ever put earplugs on, or they're like, "All right, man, you got to censor yourself"?
The cursing is a problem for them. They struggle with that. But grandpa needs a hearing aid to hear most times, so we're working the other way around.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
that's good. Just turn it down,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
you're.
I'm like, just keep that thing real low and you'll be fine. You'll have a good time.
That's funny, man. Yeah, my grandma, she went to one of my first shows in Hollywood, and let's just say she hasn't been to a comedy show since. I'll tell you, I'll
That
tell
was
you.
the last one.
At least I was not the one that she was like, because there was a guy, man. There was a guy there that was really, really explicit. He was saying some crazy stuff, and she did not like him.
She was appalled. She
Yeah,
just couldn't even believe it.
yeah. She's just like, "What am I doing here? What did I get myself into?" And she's like one of the most religious people I know. I've never heard her cuss, man. She's. I'm sure that's your
Yep,
grandparents are
yep,
similar.
yep, similar.
That's funny, bro. So how long you been rapping, Gary?
So I like since high school I would mess around with the homies and do random little freestyles and whatever terribly. And then I graduated high school, I moved to Santa Cruz for a year. I started ironically. I really dropped it under like an ironic premise so I could feel okay if it wasn't good. I started dropping songs on SoundCloud while living in a little trailer park in Santa Cruz. I would go down to the tennis courts and I would plug my laptop into the aux on my car speakers. And then I would pull out my voice memos app on my iPhone and I would record raps on that and I would release them on SoundCloud.
You were talking about like the '90s. Who are some of your biggest inspirations from the '90s?
It's so funny because I feel like I don't look at them as like someone that I'm like, oh, that was like an inspiration to how I rap the way I rap and why or whatever. But like we get a lot of Beastie Boys comps. I'm sure that's like a white guy thing to a certain degree for sure. Anything like East Coast, I feel like, I mean, like Wu-Tang, Biggie, like big ones. I feel like even though we're West Coast dudes, like a lot of the influence comes from East Coast. So a lot of that stuff. MF Doom, man. Like, and not that he's 90s, but like I always have to mention because like my biggest influence musically probably and just like my favorite rapper ever is J. Cole. So that's like big. So like, yeah, we definitely tend to lean like East Coast, I feel like, in terms of who we like listening to and whatever.
J. Cole, that's a good one, man. I actually thought about him a little bit when I was listening to your music.
All right, good.
So there is a little parallel there. What is it about J. Cole that makes him your favorite?
Man, I think just like the way like his rhyme schemes, he'll like write a whole verse all using the same rhyme scheme, which I think is always awesome and like very impressive to see how rappers pull that off. I think there's a storytelling element to a lot of his music that I appreciate, but at the same time, he can also just hop on tracks and just like rap about rapping and talk about being a good rapper, but do it in like a new, fresh, cool way. So I like that. And then just genuinely like kind of who he you know, he's pulling up to the studio on a bike and he's going and hooping in random runs during the like those are all things I very much like relate to, and he seems like a very normal dude but then is just this like elite top tier rapper, so I think that's a cool way to be. It doesn't act like he's like too big for the program or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, it's just relatable and something you would probably like you strive to be, right?
Yeah, it feels very authentic, and I feel like that's like a big part of what we're trying to do and aiming for, is not coming off like faking trying to be some way so it sounds cool on a song, but instead making whatever we're living and going through sound good because that's our truth, you know?
Yeah. You were talking about getting compared to white rappers like the Beastie Boys. Does that get annoying for you? Like,
Yeah, it's fine. It's just the nature of the beast, you know, especially like I've got curly hair and I'm a white guy rapping. Like, you don't think the Jack Harlow comparison happens? I don't even feel like we have a similar sound or doing really the same style, but people are going to be like, Jack Harlow, Lil Dicky, you know, like that's very normal.
yeah, from the outside looking in, it's pretty easy to do that. Be like, oh, Jack Harlow, Young Gravy, something like that, right?
All those
Get
have been said after shows. Yeah.
at the same time though, it's cool to get compared to someone that's made it, right?
I don't ever take it as like a slight. Like, that would be a weird thing for me as someone who isn't accomplished and isn't successful in this field yet and is trying to be like, you remind me of this person that's successful and lives off this music. And I'm like, that's so irritating. It's like, all right, that's cool. And like, you know, people mean it as a compliment. So I don't
Right.
really take it any other way.
It'd be different if they're like, yeah, you remind me of some guy from prison. He makes mixtapes in prison.
Yeah, that might be a little tougher.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
remind me of some shitty SoundCloud rapper. Yeah, no, yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool, man. You're in a good place. Have people told you sound like Action Bronson? I feel like you got
That's cool because I like
yeah.
Action Bronson. Like, I think Action Bronson's dope, and that actually is someone I've drawn some inspiration from, and he raps about random shit and makes weird things sound cool, which is something we try and do. So that's a cool one. I feel like I've maybe gotten that like once or twice, maybe, but that's not like a super common one. So that's a cool white rapper comparison that I will take.
That was the one that I was like, you actually kind of sound like him. Like you guys both have like this very like kind of rasp,
Yep.
but also melodic at the same time.
Okay,
you know?
cool.
Like,
Hell yeah.
same thing with J. Cole. I mean, he's got that. Is like he's not. These guys are not Usher. You know, they're not gonna fucking
No, yeah.
smooth talky, but they're great. You know, it's
Yeah.
you got your own type of voice, and that's good to have.
Hell yeah.
Talk to me about the evolution as a rapper going from Lethal Sessions to present day.
Man, shout out Mercutio X. That's the homie from the IE that is on the Lethal Session tapes. He's incredible. I think he's probably the best rapper I know. He's just ill, like so good. So shout out to him because he definitely was rapping really well on those projects before I deserved to be rapping with someone who was rapping that well. So he's a real one for doing those tapes with us. The evolution's just like spending a lot of time writing at home, writing stuff down as soon as I have ideas, going to the studio a lot. We record over at Saucepot Studios in San Luis. So that's like, they've been super gracious and open to letting us be in there and record and have late night sessions and whatever. And yeah, so just, I mean, a lot of work. And for me, like the biggest thing, I feel like I always had like like I'll even listen to old stuff and be like, damn, that was a bar. Like that was like clever wordplay or a clever punch, but like no confidence in the voice, no idea what I needed to sound like rapping on a song to have like, so I feel like really finding my voice, which is
Right.
cool when you're like, oh, you have that sound. It's got a raspiness in the voice, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Cause I've like really worked on trying to dial that in over the last, 4 years or so.
And do you feel like you fully found your voice?
No, I think I'm still not a fully realized version of what I'm trying to be. I think there's still like a lot more work to be done and a lot more stuff to learn and figure out. And, I think that'll come with just, I look at it like a sport, like it's reps. You know what I mean? If you want to shoot a better jump shot, go to a gym and get jumpers up. So we try and make a lot of songs, and some of them are good and they end up getting released or going on projects, and some of them aren't that good and they stay in the vault and we don't show people those.
And are you pursuing perfection or are you pursuing greatness? What is it that you're pursuing?
I mean, on like a tangible level, I'm pursuing being able to quit working in restaurants and be able to like just have this be the main focus. So I think perfection, especially like in a thing that's so subjective and is all opinion based, it's like I don't know if perfection even exists in like music or comedy or whatever, because everyone's got their own preference of what's good and what's not. So I think just really like trying to make the best music we can make, me and Tom. Like, what's the best stuff we can possibly make? What's the best version of our own music? And if that ends up being not good enough and we still work restaurant jobs, all good. Like, I can live with that, but want to put in the requisite amount of hours and get that work in that ends up being able to lead to that product, you know?
Yeah, that's great, man. Tommy, your producer, what's your relationship like with him?
That's my dog for life right there, dude. That's my brother. We've known each other since we were little kids, probably like 4, 5, 6, somewhere around there. Played baseball our whole lives together growing up.
Who's the better ball player?
I don't know. We were both solid, I would say. Tom was probably more valuable because he was a first baseman, so he was an essential part to what we had going. I like caught a couple years in high school, but played outfield a couple years, but both solid hitters. Yeah. We played in a shitty little league, dude. We played in
Yeah.
the Coast Valley League.
Who's all in there?
So you got Shandon,
Okay.
you got Cuyama,
All right.
you got Maricopa.
It's looking not good.
I literally did an interview the other day and the dude was like, bro, how did you hit whatever my batting out? Because I had like a high batting average. He's like, that's crazy. And I'm like, dude, we played the worst. I genuinely think it might be the worst league in America. Like, I think it is in contention for worst league in America. We played Valley Christian Academy in Santa Maria.
Yeah, no, we got like 20 students there.
Exactly. North County Christian, when that was still a thing in Atascadero. Yeah, just some real bad school. Coastal Christian and AG.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's great to look like an MVP when
That's what my dad basically like. If I ever got a little too high, like was feeling a little too good about how I was, he was like, let's take a step back and remember what league we're playing in here.
Yeah, he's like, Michael Jordan, you're playing against sixth graders. Come on, dog.
Bro, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So Tommy, he became your producer out the get-go right away. You guys started working together.
Yeah, that's once we locked in during COVID, it just like we started making more stuff together, and then it was like, oh, we should do a live show. Did some live shows together, and then it just snowballed from there.
Whose idea was it? Do you remember the conversation you guys had when you're like, hey, let's fucking make an album, man? Do you remember that conversation at all?
Yeah, I mean, it was like a slow process because I feel like we were just making stuff. And then it was like, okay, we should drop a song on SoundCloud. And then we dropped some songs on SoundCloud. And then it was, okay, we should start dropping songs on like actual streaming platforms, you know, Spotify, Apple, all that stuff. And then from there, once we had like enough songs out, it was like the next challenge after that, I feel like was, okay, now we need to have a live show. And then once we started doing stuff live, I feel like for me personally, like once we started doing stuff live, that's when I really got like the bug for it and was like, okay, let's go. Let's really apply some pressure and see what we can do with this thing.
What was your first live show? Where was that at?
First time I ever rapped live in front of people was at, it's gone now. I think it's called, I don't want to butcher the name, but I think it's just Central Coast Vintage now, but it was the Milk Room. And it was on Monterey Street in SLO, and the homies at Central Coast Beat Social put on like a little cypher event. So I had like a, I don't know, minute and a half long verse at this cypher event. Did that. Mom came through, sister came through. One of my old college teammates it was living down in LA. He came up for it. A couple other buddies, my brother-in-law, like had a little crew pull up. Did that. I watched the clip of it now and I'm like, that was atrocious. But at the time it felt like it went good and people were like, oh yeah, you should keep doing that. And then and then it was like, okay, then Jay Riley hooked us up with some shows at Frog and Peach. We threw a show up in Cambria at a little beer spot. And
this was all during COVID?
So we started making music in COVID, and then 2021, I moved up to Oregon for a year, and I lived in Seaside, Oregon for a couple months, and then Eugene for like 10, 11 months. And then after going through one full winter in Oregon, I was like, fuck that. And I moved back. And then that was when it was like, okay, it's time. Me and T had been making music from a distance. Like he'd send me beats, I'd record up in Oregon, send him stuff, he'd mix it. And
Yeah.
then when I came back, that's when it was like, okay, let's get on the live shows. Let's start doing albums. Let's like really try and attack this.
Yeah. I remember my first live show, man. It was Humdinger karaoke, dude.
Let's go. Shout out Humdinger, dude. How'd it go?
Oh, it was great, dude. Friends in low places hits every time with the Caucasians. For sure, dude. That's a Caucasian Bob. Tell me not.
That's facts. That's facts.
So your album Bubblegum Alley, what does Bubblegum Alley mean to you, man?
So that really what it was is like a play on the idea of like this kind of disgusting, kind of weird, you either like it or you hate it attraction that's made up of a bunch of different little pieces that a bunch of different people have contributed to. So the idea behind the album was like, that's kind of like what we are. Like you might like us, you might not, all good either way, but we're very local with it. And we have a bunch of the like network of artists we can work with now has really grown. So it was like getting all these homies that we think are really dope, getting them on this project, having them contribute their piece, contribute our piece as well, and then just kind of like leaning into like, you know, having like a theme throughout the album.
Yeah, just kind of coming home to your roots,
Yeah.
connecting with your roots. You know, honestly, it's kind of crazy considering how organized of a city SLO is that they allow that to happen, man.
It's wild. No drive-throughs, but we got a whole fucking alley just covered in bubble gum. Like
oh,
when we
man, how many diseases are in there, dude?
Bro, when we did the like album shoot in there, we're sitting there with our photographer Xander, and I turn and look, and this homeless dude walks up, looks us dead in the eyes, goes down to the ground, picks a piece of gum up off the ground, throws it in, bounces, came back 5 minutes later, did the exact same thing. And I was like, shit, this is like a daily, this guy needs to freshen his breath, and he just goes and hits Bubblegum Alley. That's fucking disgusting.
Oh my God, bro. He's probably getting high off the remnants, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know if he's tweaking off actual drugs or just the, like you said, the remnants.
Did you check in on him? You're like, okay, man?
I was so stunned, bro. It's hard for me to just like not be able to even find words. And I was like, and then looked at our camera guy, and he looked at me, and we were just like, we saw that the same, right? That was what it was. And he's like, that's definitely what that was.
Did you guys make eye contact? Did he look at you at all?
Bro, dead eye contact. This man stared into my soul like he was thinking about like, am I going to do this? And then he was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to do this. And just went down and grabbed it.
He's just looking at you, man, making eye contact. He's like, we're going to get intimate while I fucking chew this 10-year-old gum. That's insane, bro. We need to find this guy.
I've seen him
he's still alive.
Cruising around, and he's an interesting vibe for sure.
He's got antibodies from all that gum,
Yeah.
bro. What's your favorite song in the album?
Dude, it varies every time. I feel like when we first made the project and it was all done, I was like, I really like the outro track Bubblegum Alley, because like I'm a big fan of just like rapping, no hook, 3 minutes straight of bars. And then when you do them live, they start to change because you see how people react to stuff and which songs work and which ones don't. Probably Glory or Palm Theater, just because I feel like I rapped really well on those, and then the features went absolutely crazy. Like we have on Palm Theater, there's Dark Room from Oxnard, Lyra from Oxnard, and then Mercutio X, who's off the Lethal Session tapes. And those are just like genuinely some of the best rappers I know. And then Glory has Casey Family on it, who's someone that I've like, since I've been doing music out here and have seen him perform and see the momentum he has. And
he's also from the 805.
Yeah, he's an 805er, and he's just so like, these guys are just so dope to me, and dudes that I like kind of like looked up to and thought were just like so good that how have they not made it? They should be blown up, whatever. And now like I get to make music with them, and they rock with me and I rock with them. So I feel like that's kind of like, outside of even just the song being awesome, like the kind of full circle moment of it's really cool for me to see.
I think that's the song I was listening to when I'm like, I got to message this guy, man, because that shit bangs, bro.
Thank you, bro.
That beat, it's fire, man. It's catchy. you hear the bars, the feature. It's just it all works together. It's harmonious,
Hell
man.
yeah. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I really enjoy songs like that, man, where you can tell it's a sample that just fucking got recreated, man.
Yep,
And
we're big on that. That's like Tom's style, I feel like beat making. Like we do a lot of samples. We use this website called TrackLib and find like random royalty free samples on there and run with it.
what about the song Higera Street? What does that mean to you?
Higera Street just being the idea of like it's the intro to Bubblegum Alley, and Higera Street is the main street of San Luis that Bubblegum Alley resides on. So it just kind of made sense of like walking down the street, and we're very frequenters of Higera now as we do shows, and I live like a couple blocks away. I'm walking distance to downtown, so I'll go down and kick it at Frog and Peach and have a beer, and so it's just like this kind of essential thing to the San Luis Obispo community, I feel like.
Everyone in Slow knows Higera.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy out, the homeless guy, that's his home.
Oh, he runs Higera Street.
In his head, he probably does, man.
The way he grabbed the food off the ground makes me think he's like, this is my shit.
Wow, everyone's got a different way of looking at things.
Yeah. Like we said, everyone's got their own journey, dude.
Who are the Green Room boys?
Green Room is me and Tommy, and then our boy Steven is a working man these days, and we don't see him as frequently as we used to, but that's kind of the crew when it started. It's all based on the room at Tommy's old house that he lived at when we first started recording, was this like kind of weird, ugly shade of green. And so like pretty early on, maybe even before we put anything on SoundCloud, like we weren't even sure if we were taking it serious yet. I was like, all right, bro, if we ever decide to take this serious, like run with it, our group name will be Green Room because we're recording in this green room. Kind of stupid thinking what, and then now here we are 4 or 5 years later, and that's what we go by.
This is very funny, man. But in Mexico, there's a strip club / brothel
called the Green Room.
Called the Green Room.
I wish I would have known that, because I'd have just lied right now and been like, we just loved it down there and just thought we should name our group after that.
We were at a brothel and we drew inspiration.
We just found that's when I decided. I was sitting there rethinking all my life decisions, and I was like, we should become rappers, dude.
You're like, we can't be here anymore, man.
This is not the spot for us.
We got to make better use of our time. Fuck, dude. What's your writing process like, man?
It varies. A lot of like writing to, random YouTube type beats, and then going to the studio later and showing Tom the beat I wrote to, and so he can have some inspiration in terms of like the BPM, the tempo, the feel of what I was writing to when I wrote it. Other times it's producer homies sending me stuff and writing on that. Sometimes it's scribbling down just a bar based on an idea of something I saw or heard that day, and I'll write like one line about it because it'll hit me, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll finish that later. And then the next time I'm sitting down to write something, I'll see that and go, oh, that's a good jump off point. Let me start there.
So you can start this. This doesn't even have to be the first bar. It can just be a bar.
Could be a random ninth bar in the song, but I'll work the verse around it depending on how it feels.
There is no map. There's no starting point. There's no end point. It's just you let it flow where it will.
Yeah, a lot of times let it flow where it will. Other times go in with like, all right, I want to make a song about this, and then that's a little bit different, and that kind of, then you put lines up that you're trying not to go over. Where a lot of times it's like, all right, let's see where it goes. And then within 4 to 8 bars, it's kind of like, all right, I've got a feel of what this song's going to be about, what the vibe is, like what kind of hook it should have on it, all that stuff.
And you're writing on your own, or are you collaborating with anyone?
Nah, yeah, no ghostwriters over here.
No Drake, no Drake shit.
No Drake shit over here.
Yeah, you think how long do you think Drake's been doing that?
I don't know.
Since the beginning?
No, because I don't know. I don't know. Because I'm not a Drake hater by any means. Like I've I'm 29. Drake was has been a prominent musical figure in what's going on. So I don't like hate Drake by any means. But I think I think there's just different mentalities to it and what you're doing. And like he's a rapper, but he's also like a pop star and makes hit Billboard charting music.
Hotline Bling.
Yeah. So I think once you get to that point, your process might become a little different. To each their own, but I feel like I
think like someone like him, they reach a certain point where their sound, the sound of the music is just to make money. It's like it's catchy. That's it. It's like
Yeah, well, and if you're a songwriter and you think you've got a hit on your hands, but you're not big enough for it to be this multi-million dollar successful hit, but you know someone that knows Drake and you know Drake will take the song, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna give him this verse and I'm gonna make royalties on it or whatever forever. So like from a like being a ghostwriter is something that's always intrigued me. Like I'd be okay like writing for other people and doing that, but for my own music, for what I talk about in my stuff, it's got to come from me. And it's different if you're sitting in a room collaborating with someone who's also going to be on the track because you're like checking in with each other. What did you just write? What are we writing about? Are you doing the hook? Am I doing the hook? Are we writing the hook together? What was your last bar? Let me play off that. I've got a bar I think would sound good, but maybe you should come in and say that and then take it at like there's some of that that goes on if you're really like collaborating in that moment. But in terms of like someone being like, I wrote a verse for you, use it. Like that's
it's not happening.
not occurring. Yeah.
It's have you ever heard of what happens in Nashville? It's like they have writers' room and there's multiple people in there, and even if you just provide one word, you get writer's credit.
Yeah, shit is
Right?
crazy.
Or even just fucking breathing oxygen in the room.
Yeah, you were in the room,
Yeah.
you got credits.
It's kind of cool though at the same time,
I
man.
respect it. Yeah.
They work as a team.
Yeah, and I think every other genre other than rap that's like kind of looked at as okay and acceptable. Rap for whatever reason
you
is
versus the world.
kind of, yeah, it's like what are you doing letting somebody else say words that you're saying on the song like it's your life or whatever.
Who would you ghostwrite for other than J. Cole?
Shit, whoever. I'm sure he doesn't use ghostwriters, but whoever
Hopefully not.
would whoever would want it, whoever would be
A little Tekka,
sure.
a little Dirk.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Like,
I don't know if me and Dirk or Lil Tecca live very similar lives, and if there's much that my pen would offer to their style of music. But if they ever needed it, they can hit me up.
you never know, man.
Yeah.
I think you can do it. I can see you. I can see you writing for little Dirk for sure, bro.
Okay, I like it.
What's the best decision you ever made?
Wow, man, I have an answer, but it's gonna come without getting into too much detail. I was engaged to be married at 22 years old.
My gosh.
Yep, and that didn't happen. Not all to my own decision, but the fact it didn't happen. And she, shout out her, sweet girl, living a good life. It seems like, and all that, and happy for her. But I wouldn't be doing anything I'm doing if that would have occurred. So to me, that is like like it changed the trajectory of my life and allowed me to do this music thing and pour my time into this and this has been the greatest 4 or 5 years of my life doing the music thing. So I think that, and then chasing the college basketball dream, I chased that pretty intensely and it didn't work the way I wanted it to, but I met a ton of awesome people that I like. A couple of them I'm like still really close with and are like some of my best friends. So I would say probably those are the things that pop up right away.
And you played JUCO basketball, right, Gehrig?
Yep, couple years. Pretty much sat the bench for most of them with a half a season where I was like maybe the seventh man because a few dudes got bumped due to grades. But yeah, hooped at a school called College of the Siskiyous in Weed, California. You ever heard of Weed, California?
I have not.
Of course not. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's like almost up in Oregon. If you were going up I-5 all the way to Oregon, you would pass Weed and you would stop in Weed and there would be gas stations. There would be souvenir shops.
In Weed, California, what are they doing over there? Are they doing drugs or no?
Yeah. I mean, it's a small town in Northern California off the I-5 where there's not much going on other than the junior college that people go to play sports at, basically. And then like the local kids from Mount Shasta go up there. And so lot of marijuana.
Little opioids.
Bro, what's up with that in Northern California? That shit
Yeah.
is. I remember going to the Dollar General there one day and a dude with no teeth standing behind me, just like
Fucking methed out.
just methed out. And so that occurred a little bit up there. That was kind of my first introduction into that world. I was like, oh, all right.
Is it pretty woody out there? There's a lot of trees.
It's like, bro, it's gorgeous. Like
Yeah.
awesome hikes, big mountains.
Sequoia trees.
I think, yeah. From
redwoods.
Redwoods,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah.
Those are cool trees, huh?
Yeah, it was sick. And like good, like swimming holes and lakes and creeks and all that kind of shit.
What was your favorite thing to do out there?
I was so locked in chasing the hoop thing and was sitting on the bench and was trying to not sit on the bench. So it was a lot of time in gyms, A lot of time, not a lot of time, class is pretty easy, but like school, homework at night, wake up, gym in the morning, go to class, go to gym, practice, get some shots up after practice, go home, eat, kick it with the roommates, maybe play like some video games or bullshit, and then go to bed and do it again. And then occasionally, like, on a weekend, if we had practice off, go to a swimming hole or something like that.
Just real schedule oriented.
Very schedule oriented, especially at that point in my life. It was all just about like trying to.
What about now? Do you have a
I'm
schedule?
still, I'm like, I write like a weekly schedule out, like every Sunday. I'll like write out kind of like a loose schedule for the week. And then I move it around and adjust as it goes. But I try and I'm like too ADHD out, I feel like, to just wake up and be like, I'm gonna get a bunch of shit done today. So I kind of have to have like a written thing that holds me accountable. So I've always got that, but then there are days where it shifts and switches around.
It's like somewhat scheduled, but it's like you give yourself a little leeway.
Yeah, where before it was like when I was chasing the basketball thing, I feel like there was no leeway. It was like you better hit these workouts, you better get this stuff done, you better do your fucking 20 minutes of stretching, whatever it was. Like those things were all like regimented. Where now it's like, all right, I got a bunch of shit to get done today. When it gets done doesn't really matter as long as it gets done. If something doesn't get done, we'll move it to tomorrow or to later in the week or next.
I just keep moving it next week until it.
There's a couple items on the to-do list that have now been on the to-do list for about 6, 7 weeks. We just keep finding a way to move to the following week.
What's which one's the highest priority right now?
I'm supposed to do like a manager training for my restaurant job.
You're gonna get promoted, or you're
I'm
training
like
someone else?
I'm like a shift lead at work. They have like shift leads. You're not like a manager, but like when you're on shift, you're like in charge. You can like hand out discounts, whatever. And there's some like training thing that they posted about a while ago that we're all supposed to do.
What parallels do you see between working at a restaurant and being a rapper?
Wow, great question. I think like the human interaction thing and like communication and like knowing how to read people. I feel like if you work, I've worked restaurants since I was 17. I'm 29 now. Like that's a lot of years in the service industry. And you just kind of like get a feel. I feel like, and not always right, but like someone can sit down and within the first like 30 seconds of interaction, I'm like, got it. Like I got what you got going on. I kind of have an idea of like your personality and how you are. And I think that's like big, like not even like with me rapping or with me performing, but like after shows and sitting and talking with people and like the kind of like, you know, self promotion aspect that goes on and being able to do that in a way that doesn't seem like greedy or selfish. And, because at the restaurant, you're basically trying to get these fucking people to like you so they'll give you money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It almost is like you're promoting yourself and as a server, right?
Kinda,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
yeah.
like I want you to think I'm nice and having a good enough time and like you enough that you have a good
You're
time.
entertaining.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's like an entertainment thing that goes on.
and it helped you with your social skills too, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you ever find yourself being too quick to judge? Like you look at someone and you're like, "Oh, this person's a douchebag," but then they're actually like the nicest person.
Yeah, and then you feel bad. And we're like, in restaurants, you like the minute something doesn't go your way, you're in the back with your coworker, like table 23 is a fucking dick. That guy sucks. And then like 10 minutes later, he has a bite of food and he's the coolest dude ever and it's super nice. He's like, your service is amazing. We had such a great time. And I'm like having to run back to the server station and be like, scratch that. He was actually really nice. I'm a dick. I'm the dick now. Like,
His blood sugar was just low.
yeah, he just was a little hangry.
Yeah.
He just needed a bite.
You need some. What kind of restaurant is it?
I work at Taste in SLO. So it's like sliders, salads, fries, mac and cheese, and like mix and match however you want with all that.
Kind of like American traditional.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Do you want to promote them?
Shout out Taste Craft Eatery.
I'm not going to put this. I'm just kidding.
So yeah, that's all I got there.
No, I'm fucking around. You can do it if you want.
Yeah, shout out Taste. They're cool. I love them.
Shout out Taste. Hit me up.
Yeah. Give Noah a sponsorship.
Yeah, please. I'd love to taste.
Boom.
Bada bing. Yeah, man. Let's see. What like creativity, man. I like to ask creatives, man. Is this something that you've always known? You've always been aware about creativity.
Yeah, it's so funny. I feel like I always felt like and I couldn't even play. I don't even know if I could place it as like I want to rap. Like that's the creative outlet. but I always felt like I wanted to do something not like super normal. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to do something that was like a little harder to chase, like that there's a certain amount of effort and work and whatever that goes into it. And just like chasing, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I feel
Like as a child, what's one of the first things you remember that's like was one of the first thoughts you're like, oh, I want to chase that, and it's kind of not normal to.
I think like especially coming from Cambria, like small school again, playing in like a shitty league. I think like wanting to play sports past high school was like a pretty early like, all right, that's not super realistic. No one really ever does that around here. And so that was maybe like the first little taste of it. Just like trying to, you know, go where a lot of people from where I'm from weren't really trying to go. And then yeah, music was kind of the next like thing that it gave me a similar feeling, but even cooler and better. And there's not an athletic limitation to music. You know,
Yeah, as long as
I could work really hard in basketball. I couldn't. I never was able to dunk. You know what I mean? Like I never got there.
you get close.
Yeah, we could get the rim.
Mm-hmm.
I had, like you know, I could get stuffed by the rim, but that was about as good as it ever got.
Jam your finger.
Yeah, exactly.
What? So you were a point guard then?
Yes, sir.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Diamond it up.
Yeah, especially like when I got to college and all of a sudden everyone was like a lot better than me on the team and better scorers and could dunk. I was like, oh, I'm just trying to set everyone up. Like that was much more the mentality. I feel like
You were like John Stockton.
that's definitely nowhere near, but that was some inspiration. Like Chris Paul was like my favorite point guard growing up and stuff. I was a big Nash guy, so
Steve
I like
Nash, cheered
yeah.
on. Chris Paul, on the other hand,
Every time and the older I get, the more I'm like, he's kind of a dick. But like when I was like a freshman in high school playing basketball and he went to the Clippers, I was like, this is the guy. And are you a Laker fan?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's. I mean, that's probably why. But people always say that Chris Paul is a little bit dirty too.
Yeah.
But when you're that height, everyone's way taller. Then you got to do what you got to do. Right?
I guess there's probably some of that going on, huh?
Yeah, fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
Hit him in the knee. That is what ended your career, right? You had an injury.
It didn't end. I
No?
blew. I was. It was already over at that
Oh,
point. I was just like hooping in a men's league, which is just a
you just confirmed it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hooping in a men's league like July 2024 and just exploded it at the Atascadero Community Center. Like did a jump stop and just the knee went straight backwards. Yeah. Torn ACL, torn meniscus.
Like it.
Yeah, it was good.
I tore both of those as well.
Did you really?
Yeah.
It's not a good feeling.
It's no.
Bro. I've never had like any serious injuries, like whatever, bumps and bruises and sprained ankles and fingers and stuff. But I was like, oh, okay, got it. This is what they mean when they're talking about
Yeah.
serious injuries. That was a different level of pain.
I had it for a while, man, and I was just walking on it, and my knee would lock up in random points. I'm just fucking at Walmart, and I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
fucking come and pick me up in the goldfish aisle. Yeah. It's weird. It's a weird pain, man. I don't want to ever feel. Don't wish that on anyone.
No, yeah. Yeah.
It's not cool.
No, it sucks. Surgery sucks. Recovering from did you get surgery for yours?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I couldn't live with doing that.
No, I know, because that's what they said. They're like, if you like technically you could like I'm like, no, let's fix this thing and try and have a normal.
I, I don't know why the doctors are like that. They're like, yeah, they ask you like, oh, do you want to do it? It's like, I'm like, do you not want to?
I'm in my 20s. That's not what I want to be doing.
I feel like they just want a free pass to not do their job.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I got to do another surgery today.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
Yeah, surgeons are weird, bro.
Yeah.
Surgeons are like, I don't know how yours was, and mine was like super cool and nice, but like also just like didn't seem that with it, other than just like he was a dog at surgery. Like he was very like I remember going in and he came over and like shook my hand before I got put under and stuff. And I was like, oh, this he's locked in right now. Like,
Yeah.
it's like this is his game day right here. It's like 5 a.m. and he's fucking dialed. But other than that, he's kind of goofy and like, I don't know, like the nurses told me like to keep my knee in this one position until I went in on my week checkup. And then when I went in, he was like, oh, your knee's not bending as much as it should be by now, or like not straight now. I'm like, whoa, I've been keeping it in that position because that's what the nurses told me. He's like, oh, they shouldn't have told you that. I'm like, what are we doing? Well, I'm like, this is like your guys' whole job. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
Like they work for you, bro.
Yeah,
You didn't tell them? What a guy, man.
Yeah,
Shout out Doc, bro.
Dog.
What is What is one thing that can unite the 805?
Oh man, I thought I'd like to hear your opinion on that because you're in it too. I don't. What do you? I mean,
It's a difficult one, man. I feel like we're in a weird period right now. Food. That's why we talk about food
oh,
on
dude,
here.
I
Yeah.
know. I love all the food discussions on here because
Yeah.
it is like a
Eh,
unified.
we all love. Hey, we all love Mexican food. We all love good food. Doesn't matter what kind of food it is.
Yep.
Yeah, because like even entertainment, I want to say that, but it's like everyone's got their taste,
Opinion. Yeah.
and because like food's a little more universal,
100%. Food might be the correct answer, dude. That's a
Yeah.
great answer.
I want to say something. I want to think of something different though. Let's see.
I know because I was gonna
Yeah.
be like music, comedy, but then I'm like
Yes.
that's
No.
that's like shit what we're doing, so it just seems prevalent.
No, you're right.
Your stand-up sets are gonna be the thing that unifies the 805.
Yeah.
So everyone should go.
Yeah, everyone should come see my stand up. I'm gonna unite everyone by crowd working and pissing off your girlfriend. What is one?
Pissing off your girlfriend.
I think one thing that can unite the 805 is that we all don't like the traffic. But I feel like traffic's a lot more prevalent these days.
Yeah, come. I grew up in Cambria, so traffic isn't even a thing. And then when I moved over to SLO, I'm like, oh, well, it exists out here. Like you can get stuck at the wrong time coming from SLO to AG or from AG to SLO or Santa Maria to SLO or whatever and be stuck in a fat ass line of cars. And it just feels like that shouldn't be going on up here.
I think people are just on their phone or something, man. It's
And here's something I still don't understand. What makes traffic? If it's an accident, okay. But like, at what point does if it's not an accident, it's just too many cars on the road, but they all got there at the same time? Like, how does traffic even work?
it's just like a rubbernecker, man. Someone just look at there's a fucking nice hillside over
And then
there.
that just
Yeah.
progressively
Yeah.
slows down until
Yeah.
you're.
What was it like growing up in Cambria?
There's times you're like, this is the most boring, nothing going on place ever. But it also allowed me like a lot of opportunities to like I played all the sports because I didn't have to just pick one because the teams are small. I got to be I was the fucking senior class president and got to do clubs and I got to speak at my graduation and random shit that like I wouldn't have gotten to do as a kid growing up. And you know everyone, which good or bad depending on what's going on in your life at the time. But
You
I feel
broke
like
my daughter's heart,
yeah,
Gehrig.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You break up with someone and
Yeah.
all of a sudden can't go into a restaurant that you've gone into because the dad works there or whatever, that kind of shit goes on all the time. But um it definitely made me like a more social person, I think, because my dad's like a pretty for whatever that means, because it's fucking Cambria, it doesn't mean shit, but like he's like a well-known dude in the town and owns a pretty successful restaurant in town. And um, so I just always knew people everywhere I was going, or someone would want to talk to me, or oh, you're Steve's kid, blah blah blah. My grandpa was a teacher at the middle school, so like knew just everyone all the time.
What is your dad's restaurant in Cambria?
Sea Chest.
Sea Chest.
Yeah, it's a seafood spot on Moonstone, like on the water.
Okay.
And it's a trippy spot.
What's
It's cash only, no
Oh
reservations,
yeah.
and people line up every day before it opens. It's the weirdest thing. I've worked there at various times, and it is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like people show up hours early, sit there with a lawn chair and drink wine in the parking lot because no reservation. So if you want to be on that first turn when the sun's setting or whatever, you got to be there in line.
What dish do you guys specialize in?
They do really good calamari strips. They kill with oysters, really fresh, just like good fresh fish. But it's funny because it's like very simple. Like all the fish is pan broiled in lemon and butter. Like it's not like any crazy sauces or anything. It's like I feel like it's like real seafood lovers rock with it because it's kind of simple, but they do a very good job with all the simple stuff.
That's what wins, man. Simplicity.
Yeah. But I'd say maybe like the calamari strips are kind of like when I have like a buddy going, I'm like, you gotta get the calamari.
Yeah, that good.
It's pretty fire.
I like calamari. I have to try that out,
Yeah.
man. I'll have to try that out. We were talking about unity a little bit ago in your lyrical content, like on Glory. You guys make like some political statements, right? It seems like you're not afraid to do that.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm not the most educated, well versed. I'm not sitting here acting like I've got all the answers or anything, but there's some shit I see that's not good, and I don't like everything going on.
Yeah. Is that something that you set out to do, or just kind of came upon you?
Yeah, it'll strike in moments like when all the I mean not like when all like it's not going on still, but like when the ice shit first started happening, there's a day we got in there and like wanted to make a song about it. I mean, my brother-in-law is Mexican, like most of my best friends growing up are Mexican. Like Cambria's, believe it or not, like pretty heavily Mexican in terms of like the population at the school.
Okay.
So like that's always just like I just hate seeing that shit. So that's one that's heavy on my heart. I think Trump's a fucking idiot. So like I'll speak on that in music. Anything outside of that, I'll try to, do my best and be educated, but I'm also not gonna like speak on things I'm not like super well educated on. But if I see some bullshit going on, I'll raise my voice about it a little bit.
Yeah, it's I feel like you don't got to be educated to see shit that's pretty blunt, man. Like
Yeah, yeah.
and it's kind of upsetting, man, because people are not willing to change.
I think that's the craziest thing. I think that's like just what's wrong with what we've got going on so much right now is like I stake my claim. I said I voted for Donald Trump, so now I can never not.
Yeah, it's like
I have
they taking pride in it.
yeah.
So
Now
a fault.
anything he does, I have to support. Or you've got counterpoints that I don't agree with. I have to tell you that's not really happening. You're being lied to or whatever. Where I'm like, let's just like see what's going on and
This has always been like one of my thoughts. I mean, as far back as a kid, it's like things are not black and white. Like they don't got to be one way or the other.
right,
There's
right.
there's a fucking middle lane, man. You
Yeah.
can. I don't understand it, man, because I'm like someone that just like really believes there's fucking no left or right. There's no fucking
The middle is
yeah,
where all the normal people are at.
yeah.
That's the other thing. Like all the people I want to hang out with and chill with are like relatively like, yeah, that's some fucked up shit going on over there. That's also some fucked up shit. It's
Yeah, and I'm not even just talking about politics, man. I
no,
mean, just
just
like,
in
and
no,
just
straight up in
yeah,
general. Like
because I don't know if I'm like the most middle guy. I think I'm a trailblazer, I guess, if you will. I mean, I shouldn't self-proclaim myself that, but like, yeah,
fuck it, I'm with you.
yeah, fuck it, dude. What'd you say? What's your song? Cocky and humble,
Holy cocky.
humble, cocky. Yeah,
I'm a bit of a trailblazer. I don't
yeah.
know what to tell you.
I'm a bit of a Damian Lillard type figure. What is your song? What is that? What's your inspiration for that song?
Just that like I feel like I'll get cocky in my music, you know what I mean? Like I'll talk my shit. I'm the best. I'm blah blah blah. But if you like meet me and sit and chop it up with me, like that's very much not how I am. I think I try to be like pretty humble and I think that's why I like rap so much is it is kind of this like braggadocious like space that I can like get those feelings out. And then I like, I'll be on stage rapping about I'm the fucking best. And then get off and someone's like, you killed that. It's like, thank you so much. Like, bro, that means thank you. You don't even appreciate that. And that's like genuine, but it's also genuine how I'm feeling in the music when I'm writing the songs and playing them live and stuff. But yeah, yeah, it's just I think that's kind of like the dichotomy I've got going is like I want to be humble. I was raised to be like humble. I was also raised when I got cocky. It was always like I said earlier about the sports thing. Like
You got to be cocky if you want to win. You got to be
yes,
confident.
you got to have that. But then like Pops was always quick to humble me and be like, all right, let's remember we're playing in the Coast Valley League here. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. Oh, you're the best athlete in your class, maybe? Okay, well, your class has 48 kids in it, so let's settle down a little bit, like
Yeah.
those kind of things. So I always had that like balance going on, and it's the same shit with music.
How do you maintain that humbleness now that you're on your own path as an adult and a rapper?
Fuck, every day I'm humble, bro. I'm
Yeah.
I'm out here trying to be a rapper, and I got to go serve people sliders and mac and cheese 5 days a week. That'll help me. We played at Slow Brew last week, which is like one of the biggest venues we've booked to headline.
Awesome.
And then the very next day I went into work and two ladies that were at the show are at work and I'm like in my apron and t-shirt. It's like, look at my coworker. I'm like, that's a bit humbling right there.
Do they recognize you?
Yeah. They're like, you did so good last night.
Yeah. Can you go get me some more ketchup?
Splenda. So yeah,
That'll humble you.
absolutely.
Yeah, man. That's cool, man. That's you're gonna remember that one day, though, right? It's
Hopefully it becomes part of the story.
part of the journey.
Yeah.
The hero's journey.
Hopefully.
If not, you could be the villain too, man. The villain.
Do that.
You could be a daredevil, bro.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. You wanna be blind?
No, I like that. Cool. So you want to be blind? Got it.
Yeah. If money were not an issue, what would you do tomorrow?
Maybe take a trip with like the family, go do some cool shit. But like, if I was just like on a daily basis, money wasn't an issue, I'd be doing the same shit I'm doing, other than not working at a restaurant. I'd still be making music, trying to play shows, and hanging out with my people. Like, I don't think a ton would change, other than I might not live in the little studio I live in. Maybe I'd live in like a little bit of a nicer place.
Yeah, man, that's how you know you're passionate about this. That's how you know you truly enjoy this.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I don't, I wouldn't have a bunch of money and then be like, all right, I don't need to rap anymore. Like, if I wanted to have a bunch of money, this would not be the path to trying to get to having a bunch of money. You know what I mean? Like, there's easier, smarter ways to try and obtain wealth and be like, I'm gonna become a rapper. Like, that's a pretty.
You'd be Jordan Belfort, maybe Wolf of Wall Street. I was watching those clips last night, bro.
I don't mean to be two dudes on a podcast being like,
Oh,
fucking Wolf of Wall Street, dude.
Leo DiCaprio. It's as fucked up as it is. It's kind of motivating. He gets fired up, man. You can tell. Obviously, it was cocaine induced.
Yeah.
And the fucking plethora,
Some external factors.
Yeah.
He was fired up.
Dude, Jonah Hill too, man.
Jonah kills that role.
He got paid like 50 bands for that too, which is it's a lot for me, but like as an actor, yeah, as a big time actor, 50 G's is nothing.
That's all they paid him for.
And he was already known.
I was gonna say he's big at that point. Like,
I don't know. He just really wanted to work with Tarantino. That's what happened. Oh no, sorry, Scorsese, Martin Scorsese. Yeah. He wanted to work with. I don't know why. Maybe Leo fucking took all the budget, man.
Yeah, they had to spend it all on Leo and Margot Robbie, and they were like, "We're out."
Yeah, but no, man. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Step Brothers is high on that list.
Fuck yeah, dude. I do like you, man.
Yeah, that was like, I feel like that's like an essential one to like my sense of humor, because it just came out at like that like pivotal. I don't know when it came out. I want to say like 2008, 2009, maybe.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm like middle school at that point, so it's like kind of like just like that perfect raunchy. I don't know, so good. That Talladega Nights are like two of my all-time favorites.
What's your favorite scene on Step Brothers?
There's so many good ones. I really love when they're both laying in bed, shit talking each other, going back and forth, and he's like, "I'm gonna take a pillowcase and I'm gonna fill it with bars of soap and I'm gonna beat the shit out of you." Like, that whole back and forth is so good. And then when the dad starts talking about how he wants to be a dinosaur, how when he was growing up his dream was to be a dinosaur, and they're like, what are you even, what are you talking about? He's like, you're a person, you can't be a dinosaur. And he's like, it's his way of being like, don't give up on your dreams. And then years later, I found out that whole scene is improvised.
Really?
Yeah, the director went over to the dad and was like, just go over there and tell them that you like always wanted to be a dinosaur. And then they're so good, like off, just off the top, that they were like rolled with it. And it's just this awesome scene. But I don't know. It's a great movie. What's yours?
There's a lot come to mind. Did you touch my drum set?
I mean, just an all-time classic.
I know you touched my drum set because the left's thick, has a chip in it.
Why are y'all sweaty? I was watching Cops.
That's the funny ass line right there. Oh, Cops.
Until 4.
Why would you be sweaty watching Cops, bro? That's just the fucking.
That's just beautiful writing.
Out there humor, though.
Yeah.
The fucking silly, awkward humor, bro. Yeah. Damn, man, we're doing a podcast, right? This is how it goes, dude.
This is right. This is
Do you want to just talk movies the rest of the way?
Do whatever, bro. I'm down to just chop it up.
What are you doing in the 805 when you're not doing shows?
Work shows take up a good amount of time. Outside of that, like I'm training for a marathon right now. I do a marathon next month, so I've been training for that. So running.
In SLO?
Yeah, I'm doing the Big Sur Marathon. My pops is a marathon runner. I think this is going to be his last one. So me, brother-in-law, cousin's husband, and one of his runner buddies are all going to go up together and brave that journey.
Have you done a marathon before?
No, I'm terrified. I just ran 13 miles for the first time last week. I did a half marathon on my own.
How was that?
Fine, not fun. It's really just like, it's just not like a fun thing to do, to run for that long, but got through it. But yeah, so I've been doing a lot of that. But outside of that, just like, I live downtown, so go downtown, grab a drink at a bar, go get a bite to eat, go shoot some hoops. I'm like a pretty simple dude. Like, a lot of my time is spent doing music stuff. So when I got free time, I'm like, I want to go shoot some hoops. I want to, yeah.
Where you shooting hoops at?
One of the parks usually, or I've got a couple coworkers. I'll go hoop at the Cal Poly Rec Center. I got like a buddy that goes to Poly, so they'll get us in and we'll get a little run in over there. But Meadow Park, French Park, just like a couple different little spots.
Slow area.
Just
You ever go to Mentown in Grover Beach?
is that the one with the like mural on the court?
No, there's no mural.
Is
No.
it by like pickleball courts?
Yeah, by pickleball.
Yes, I've hooped there
Or
before.
maybe there is a mural at this point. I'm not sure, but
But yeah, the one by the pickleball courts.
yeah, I used to get good runs in there, man.
That's a good spot. That's a sick ass view for like. I mean, you got the view of the ocean and shit from up there, right? It's that.
No, that's not that one. Oh, yeah, it's not that one. It's a different one. Yeah, but I think I don't know the name of that park, but I know which one you're talking about. What is your dream, Gehrig?
Because like the simple thing is like, oh, I want to be able to live off music, but that feels so like minute and almost like selfish on a certain level that it more like I want to become successful enough that I can bring a bunch of my friends into a successful thing. I want to be successful, but like I want Tommy to be successful more than I want myself to be successful. I want to be successful, but I want Xander, our camera guy, to be able to like, and he's crushing it in his own world and doing his own stuff too. But like, I like the idea of like getting to where I want to go and then being able to bring
The
like
whole
the whole team and the homies that were a part of it. And like, oh, Tommy hasn't charged me a cent this entire time for nothing. And he mix and masters all my projects. He does everything. He makes the beat. I mean, like none of
the
this
real
even
one.
occurs without him. So the idea of like being able to put him in a situation where his life is bettered from our music is a cool idea. And camera homies that have done videos for free for us are really cheap and giving us deals because they rock with us and we're friends. Like I think the idea of bringing everyone with you is kind of the bigger thing than just like I want to be a fucking famous rapper because I don't even really the fame and the like being super rich thing isn't really the objective. I think the objective is to be able to live off it.
I Yeah, that's a great response, man. And that's how I can tell you're humble and that's a great reminder for myself, man, because I think that's who I am deep down inside. That's always been a thought of mine, and I haven't been thinking about that lately, man. So
It gets hard when you're on this like and like doing
yeah,
comedy. It's like a very like self
so it feels
promotion.
yeah,
It's
it feels self-centered,
yeah.
but I enjoy it though. It's like my family knows I enjoy it. But yeah, it's like yeah, when you're rapping on stage, you're solo too, right? Are you?
We're for a while there, it was just me and then Tommy would DJ, and he's got my back. Like he does the hype man thing and hits all the words with like hits certain words with me and whatever. But now we're playing with a full band.
Oh, that's
So
badass.
yeah,
Do they have a name?
yeah, we're the Legion of Groove is what
Legion of
we're
Groove.
all together, and they're all members from other dope like 805 bands. So like the keyboard player and the bass player are from this group of Mua, and then our drummer is in this group called the Vibe Setters and the Groove Collective. And then our guitar player's name's Ezra. He does like solo music, and they're all like ill ass musicians on their own and super successful. And like me and Tommy still can't believe they want to play shows and keep doing this. Like we did the New Times Music Awards back in November.
It's cool.
At
Where's that at?
Slow Brew.
Okay, that's the one.
Yeah, or the most recent thing we did at Slow Brew was like our own show at
Okay.
Slow Brew, but we they like give out like a award for different genre songs of the year, and we won the hip hop song of the year.
Sweet.
And so I was like, I want, and like you get like a 12-minute performance slot. And I was like, I want to like kind of see if we can level it up. So I brought a whole band with us this year and we won the performance of the night award. They give out like a performance of the night award and we won that. And I'm thinking like, all right, that was cool, but that'll be the end of that. And then we got off and all the dudes in the band were like, we should do more of this. We should keep this rolling. And I was like, you guys better mean that because if you tell me that, I'm gonna start booking shows and we're gonna start having stuff. So that's since just and then we did a show in December together, and then we dropped the album February 20th, and since then all the shows we've done since then have all been with the band.
That's great, man. That was a smart move.
The band is a game changer. It's way bigger than me. I like it because it feels like this all inclusive. It's more of a team thing. Everyone's got to play their role, which is fun, and also just like gets us into more venues, especially in Slow County. Like hip hop's not a big thing, but if you can say hey, it's hip hop, but it's with a live band. There's instruments, there's all this stuff. I think venues are a little more open to like letting you come in and do that.
Yeah, yeah. When you think of a slow rapper, do you think you're synonymous with that term?
I don't know. I that feels like a lot to say.
Yeah.
I'd like to think we're working to that point and getting and we're becoming, some of the more notable rappers out in our area, but everyone's got their guys and their stuff. I'm just trying to build my little community and get my people rocking with it and get them consistently pulling up to shows.
That's what's up, man. Do you, Gehrig, do you want to shout out when's your next show in SLO area?
When does this drop?
I can clip this up soon.
Okay,
When?
next show is Sunday at Sweet Spring Saloon in Los Osos for the chili cook-off. Legion of Groove goes on at 5. Then the following week, April 4th, we're at the Libertine.
Fuck yeah, we'll be
And
there.
then and then the next show we have planned after that is May 16th at the Siren in Morro Bay.
Oh yeah, man. I'll try to make it to one of those.
Come through, bro. And I gotta pull up at a show. I actually saw you at Libertine. You did something at Libertine the other night.
Okay.
I was out there on a date.
Oh,
And I almost came up and bugged you because I think I'd already maybe even messaged you about the podcast at that point. Or maybe that was what inspired me to message you about like coming on. But I was like, I almost went up and then you were like talking to people. I'm like, it looks like you just got done. And I was like, I'm not gonna go fuck with him, but it all worked out.
Yeah, did I look like did I have a resting bitch face or
Nah, you look like a superstar, bro. You look like you just got done crushing your set. And
that's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
If I had a smile on my face, I probably did okay. Yeah.
yeah.
When I've bombed, bro, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, so have you bombed? Do you have you
Yeah, I
set-
bomb. I bomb every month.
Okay.
Well, I mean, everyone's got a different perspective on bombing.
Yeah, okay. I love stand up and I'm very fascinated by it. And you're like the first person I'm like really sat down and talked with that's doing it. How what does bombing feel like in the moment? Do you lean into the bomb? Do you acknowledge that it's bombing? What's the strategy?
Yeah, so with bombing, man, it's pure silence. You know, we're there to make people laugh, and
It's quiet.
yeah, it's just quiet. It's just zombie faces looking at you,
And so are you saying a joke, you get to your punchline, that's where they're supposed to laugh, and then you're waiting?
yeah, it's not happening. And I think I'm getting better. We call it tagging. It's like you say something after your joke, like in the moment, organically. I'm getting better at tagging, where like I'll catch a laugh, but it's like I get off stage and I'm like, fuck, they weren't laughing at my joke. I mean, obviously I got some kind of reaction because I'm just, yeah, I'm addressing it. I try to address things that I'm still working on it. I'm learning from some of the better comics on what to do. And
Yeah, because that's a strategy to it. I feel like you'll
Yeah.
see clips of people bombing, and then their response to the bomb is the clip that goes viral because the response is so genuine and funny in that moment.
yeah, like for sure, I've had some moments like that where it's like, um, the material's not doing well, but the organic shit, like that's why everyone likes crowd work because it's organic. At the end of the day, it is kind of crowd work's it's a little bit much at this point.
Seems like it's become like the almost the anchor.
It's the I think it's the expectation. Like if you're not a super big fan of comedy, you go to a show, you're like, oh fuck, they're gonna do crowd work. I don't want to get picked on, or like maybe you go there with intention. I want to get picked on. You know?
Yeah.
But that's not what it is. Around here, there's not too many crowd workers. Luckily for people here, we're not gonna shit on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's fun though.
So when it bombs, do you go, okay, that joke has to be scrapped forever? Or do you go, it was almost there, I just didn't deliver it the right way. I got to kind of tweak it and work on elements of it.
If it's the first time doing it and it gets no reaction, it gets scrapped right away.
Okay.
But if it's like I do it, maybe you get some kind of reaction, or you get a little laughter, you're like, okay, maybe we'll work on this.
Okay.
And then if sometimes it actually, okay, like the first time it works really great, you get laughs, but then the second time it's like, oh shit, it didn't go the same way as the first time. I'm gonna try it again, maybe tweak a few things. It just you keep trying it, and you got to look at it as like a shooting percentage. You know, you don't want to be taking 50% shots out there. Like on a show, you got to have jokes that are like 80% winners at least.
Yeah. So then when you do you have ones that you're like, those are winners? So you
Yeah, I got
back every show.
Yeah, I got different folders for
Okay.
top tier jokes, mid tier,
Nice.
dog shit.
Nice.
Ones that I want to work on. I'm
And
sure.
sorry, not to keep asking.
No, for
I'm
sure.
fascinated by it. Are you cycling through those folders in your brain there in the moment, or do you go into the set going, "Here's I know my 5 minutes. I'm taking these ones."
For the most part, yeah, I have a set. I'll go in with the set list, but I have done that before. It is a good muscle to work out. Like as a comic, just all right, fuck it, I'm gonna get on this stage and I'm gonna do my jokes. And I just like in Paso a couple weeks ago, I didn't have a set list. I just like all right, I'm gonna do my jokes, and I got 6 minutes straight of just jokes without stopping, you know.
Yeah.
And that's how you know you're getting better, when you can just get up there on stage. You don't gotta look at notes. Just fucking go have
Trust the material, trust you've
trust
done it
yourself.
enough
Yeah,
times.
trust your
Yeah.
intuition. What about you, man? Do you got a set list?
Yeah, especially now with the band, like everything's got to be pretty like dialed in beforehand. But when it's me and Tom, like me and Tom did a show in Sacramento like a couple weeks ago, just the two of us, like DJ rap set. With those, like he's got live versions of all our songs on there. So then we'll just kind of like do this one, or right before the set, we'll be like, all right, here's like kind of the idea of songs we want to do. It's like less stressful that way. But with the band, kind of got to have it all dialed in.
With the band, who's cueing the drummer?
Tom starts the track on like a DJ thing, and then they've got in-ear monitors. So they got
Okay.
like a little like kind of thing to set them off, and then yeah, drummer usually getting it rolling.
So you guys don't ever have to like look at each other. You guys know what's going.
No, but there's always they're all so good that like they can adjust shit on the fly. Like they're all professionals. So like there will be stuff where you can like I'm like, oh shit, we're off here, we're something, and I'll kind of like look, and they're just like, and then they'll bring it back and get right back where you need to be. So that's the benefit of working with like such talented musicians is they know what they're doing, and they joke with me there because like I'm not like musically educated like that. Like I don't understand music theory or any of that stuff. And so we always joke because they'll start getting into like the nerdiest, like technical stuff in front of me. And the whole joke with the band is just like, we're speaking Chinese right now to get bug Gary. Absolutely. I don't know anything you guys are talking about, but they've got it. It's like a science to them. It's crazy.
Do you want to learn any of that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something I need to do. I really need to start like dedicating. So I think especially now playing with the band, it's kind of giving me a kick in the ass where I'm like, all right, I probably should start learning some like just like basic level music theory stuff, just so I can kind of keep up and be able to like have input with them when things are going on.
Yeah, my grandpa, he's a singer. He had a pretty well known like cumbia type band here in
Yeah.
this area in the '90s, and he always talks to me about that. He's like, yeah, I never studied music. I don't know how to read music, but it's like for some people it's just natural, man. I don't think there's a need for it. I'm sure it can help, but it's like you, you can make it without it. But yeah, it just depends on what you want to do, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Gehrig Kniffen, you're a talented guy, man. Keep doing your thing. I appreciate you for coming today, bro.
No, likewise. You're killing it right now, dude. Like I said, everything's been popping up on the For You page. I think you got great momentum going, but not just the stand up, but the pod, everything, bro. You're the man. I appreciate you having me.